Andrew Tseng, welcome to Taiwan Talks.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me.
So COVID-19 has transformed the biotech industry. And from your perspective within the biotech industry, can you tell us about those changes?
I think for the pandemic, for the past 2 years, the whole industry has changed a lot. And especially the demand for for us, we are doing the health supplement, and then we see a huge demand. And actually, according to the Taiwan Food Industry Research and Development Institute report, in 1992, the Taiwan health food market reached 160.8 billion NT dollars in 2021, and which is higher. It's increased. The growth rate is about 6.2%. So we can see there are more and more people are more aware of their for biotech, health supplements, or the healthcare, these type of things. And not just in Taiwan, we see it globally because we also do ODM. So we see more and more demand from overseas clients and also to do some product focusing on boosting the immune system or such as probiotics, these type of products.
So boosting the immune system and probiotics, these are the most popular ones both in Taiwan and globally. And is that a change from, was that the same before the pandemic or has there been a change?
Actually, before, there are two categories. One is the immunity one, the other is the gastro health. And gastro health is actually more related to probiotics. And so probiotics actually before is quite a big demand, but in some Southeast Asian countries, for example, like Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, that time a lot of people still didn't know much about what probiotics are. But after COVID, and actually we don't need to do much education, and you just a lot of people actually ask us to do probiotics for them. I think it's because 2020 there was a report from China saying that probiotics can help to fight COVID. So that report actually got a lot of attention from the Taiwanese market and Southeast Asian market.
So you mentioned the markets in Southeast Asia.
Yes.
Do you have markets further afield, say like in North America or Europe? And how does your company and maybe other Taiwanese brands, how do you compete with the other brands that are on offer in those markets?
I have to say, for Taiwanese brands, still not easy to compete with the international brand. But for raw materials, I think we do have some strong, quite a strong advantage to compete, focusing on the culturally cultivated ingredients. For example, if you look at some raw materials like gluten or UC2, those we can't really compete. But if something based on Chinese traditional herbal remedies, for example, like Antrodia, I don't know if you know, it's about zhangzhi, Antrodia, the mushroom base, Denodoma, and Cordyceps, these type of things. And that type of raw materials are actually more well known in Southeast Asia because there are a huge population of Chinese people.
And what their raw materials to make what end product?
Focusing on the boosting immune system, and with Antrodia, it's protecting your liver. Like probiotics is for your gastro health, and some other cordyceps is also for your immune system cell. So these type of things, I think for Taiwanese, our strengths mainly focusing on the efficacy and quality, and also that's why I think Southeast Asia is more convenient because the distance and tax. So last year I saw reports about. I think Southeast Asia accounted 40% of the Taiwanese export countries, 40%. It's quite high, which means Taiwanese health food are more attractive in this region.
Do you see that in the West, there are more consumers who are wanting to try the Chinese medicines?
Yes, actually, it's not just the Chinese medicine. I feel that in general, the health supplements. Because before the Western countries, the consumers there, they try more about vitamins, these type of things. But because I went back to UK in August, And my friends start telling me about, like some mushroom-based coffee. And they say also because they have like quite a like, I think they are more have higher awareness of kind of people's health. So they say want to drink healthy coffee, and the coffee contains like anthrodia, contains cordyceps, contains like ganoderma, and they also talk about the collagens.
So do you see this as a shift, as perhaps a new era in supplements where it is, coffee fortified with, nutrients, that sort of thing? Before it was always coffee with different flavors, and now it's the push towards health.
I think it's a trend now in general, because I think the pandemic actually makes people get more aware of the, it's important to be healthy, to boost your immune system. And so I think in general, globally, it's the same. Also, people want to live healthier and want to live with a longer life.